Hello, Aquarius friends and family. My name is Lisa Lyle. This is my channel here on YouTube. I can be found on Facebook at Wisdom of the Heart, and my website is www.lisalyle.com. So welcome to your 2020 intuitive energy forecast. And 2020 is setting up to be an incredibly powerful year for all of us. It's really a year that we're being called to step in to or onto the path of our personal sovereignty. So I'm going to get right in it and see what is in store for you, beautiful Aquarius. 2020 is like the birth of the age of Aquarius. Excuse me, although, there's been songs out for years about the age of Aquarius. This is truly the time that we are moving in to that energy, and it's a really incredible time for all of us. So the first card out for you is the God of the Arts. The artist within you is about to emerge. So this really feels to me that 2020 for you is really going to be about being in the flow of your intuition, trusting your intuitive nature, and really allowing yourself to express, whether it's through the way you dress, whether it's through, the words you write, the food you cook, perhaps the art you create, whether you're into pottery or, painting, drawing, whatever. I really do feel like you are being called. It feels to me, Aquarius, like a higher calling, like what you are really here to create. What is the footprint beyond love that you came to leave on this planetary realm in this lifetime? And I do feel that many of you have been, many of the Aquarius I know are highly creative, whether it comes to, the design of the inside of their home or the outside of their home. So this feels to me like a new venture into that creative energy. And what I'm feeling is that you're highly intuitive, and yet many of you don't truly honor your intuition in a way where you kind of brush it off as, oh, that's, hocus pocus or airy fairy stuff. I really feel like the universe is going to bring you a lot of synchronistic moments this year where you're not going to be able to poo-poo the fact that intuition and energy is real. So this feels kind of exciting. I feel kind of playful as I'm connecting in with the energy of the Aquarius that are here. The next card that you received is this God of reflections. And it says the qualities you see in others are simply your own reflection. And what this is saying to me is that, it's time to see the real you. And it's time for you to allow those around you and the world, in fact, to see the real you as well. So if you're, perhaps you're looking at someone else and you're like, oh my gosh, like they are so creative. They're so artistic. I mean, I wish I could be like that. The only reason that you recognize what they are is because that is also an aspect of you, which is just waiting to be, I want to say, brought through, and in fact, waiting to be honored by you. The same goes on the flip side of that. If you're seeing other people and you're quick to point out what you feel are negative qualities of that person or negative character traits, that's also an opportunity for you to have a look at yourself, because again, we don't really recognize anything in another if it's not a quality we possess ourselves, good, bad, or otherwise. So just be aware of how you are viewing the outside world. And again, are you quick to judge others? Because if you are, then if you're judging others, that's really a reflection of the energy that you hold within yourself. And perhaps you're very critical of yourself. Perhaps you don't really, what do I want to say, believe in yourself. You don't stand up for yourself. It feels like 2020 is really a year where there's going to be a lot of opportunity for you to step more fully into your life, if that makes sense. Because, I mean, you've got some beautiful cards here. We've got the Goddess of Sacred Power. You are being encouraged to take a leading role in your current situation. And again, this is speaking to me. You know how I said earlier about Aquarius tend to like brush aside synchronicities. They tend to brush aside mystical things as airy-fairy and, you know, not really based in reality. And sometimes that can keep you very much in this egoic nature of the human experience. And 2020 is really about you, opening up to the full expression of who you are beyond the physical. And within you is a wealth of universal wisdom. Within you is a wealth of, I want to say, ancient knowledge. And within you is an abundance of gifts that really want to be opened and flow through you freely this year. So believe in yourself. If something doesn't feel right, then trust that. If something feels like, a lot of the Aquarius I know are very like serious people. And it's all about like what has to get done and the timeline that it has to get done in. And this year there's more of a playful, not that you're not playful because you are, but this year is more of like open up to the mystical. And these cards, these other two cards, there's one more that wants to come and it's right there. So that was easy. These two cards, these three cards that came out really drive that point home, that this is a year of really stepping into the magic of the unknown and the things that cannot be logically explained to the satisfaction of the human mind. So it's really about moving beyond the constraints of time and space, which we live within here. And it's about connecting to your higher source, your soul's essence, your eternal soul, if you will. And then this card comes out, I am golden light, integrity. And it's a number 7. And 7 always speaks to me of the 7 main chakras in the physical body. This card, the golden light, really reinforces the message that I'm receiving, that this year is really about you moving beyond the mental conditioning and allowing yourself to be open to the expansiveness of who we truly are, who you truly are. Because you are golden light. We are all simply, we dumb down our energy, if you will, without meaning any offense. We kind of dumb down our soul's essence to come here and have this physical experience, because really a big part of this physical experience was to remind us of our spiritual nature, our spiritual essence, who we truly are. You are Christed light embodied. The 7 and the word integrity really speaks of, if you are not operating in integrity, you'll feel it in your physical body. You'll feel aches and pains. You may feel blockages or a lot of tension in your neck and shoulders. I think neck and shoulders is coming through a lot for you. So when you're feeling those kind of aches and pains in your physical body, it's often a symptom of unacknowledged emotional pain. And when we begin to acknowledge and when we begin to tune in that way, then we can begin to release and really expand into this creative energy. Is this a 25? It is. So you've got 2 7s here. So your physical body is really going to be singing to you this this year. And the physical body will always lead us to, so the physical pain is always representative of emotional pain that we've stored. And then when we acknowledge the physical pain, our spiritual body or our spiritual nature will support us in healing the emotional pain and therefore the physical pain that we feel. This card is creation. And look at, like, there's so much energy moving around. Your very first card was the God of the arts. And then we've got this creation card, which is just so much movement and works beautifully with this card, the I Am Golden Light card. So just allow yourself freedom of expression. And maybe it's like allowing yourself freedom to express your voice, because there is a tendency sometimes to hold back because we don't want, and especially the Aquarius people I know and love, they don't want to hurt people's feelings as if they're responsible for how someone reacts to truth that we share, or the truth of our feelings that we express and share with others. Really give yourself this freedom of information, freedom of expression. And then we've got this gateway 3. Evolution, number 38, 3 plus 8 comes to 11. So you truly are here on this path of mastery, and you are here to make the connection with your higher self through your heart, which is eternally connected to Source. I know that might sound, I mean, if you're tuning into these messages, it probably doesn't sound too out there for you. Some of you might be going, what the heck is she talking about? But the reality is that 2020 for you, and I feel that this is going to begin in your birth month. So in the month of February, I feel many of you are going to have, I don't know, they're like aha moments where it's like, oh my gosh, like there really is something beyond this physical. And not that you don't already believe that. It's like, though, again, it's kind of that energy of, well, you know, poo-poo, hippy-dippy, airy-fairy. You know, this year is really going to show you, and show you clearly that there's so much more to life than what you have believed thus far. And, you know, a lot of times we just see life as, you know, humans in the human form. Many people don't even connect with Mother Earth as being a living being. So we see life in, you know, the physical form and our pets and animals and this kind of stuff. Life exists well beyond this dimension. And any of you who have loved ones in spirit know that that's true. We feel them, we can sense them, you know, we dream about them, and that's not wishful thinking or anything. These are messages from our loved ones in spirit. The energy never dies. Our physical body dies because it's a dense third dimensional construct. You know, at the core of us, though, we are energy, and energy never dies. It just simply changes form. It transforms to something new. So I'm really excited for you, Aquarius, because I feel that, you know, as you start this year, you may be, well, I'm not too sure about that. As the year wraps up, though, I think you're going to be much more convinced that there is life after death, and that, you know, the airy-fairy, hippy-dippy stuff is like real, and you're feeling it, and you're experiencing it, and you're beginning to create. And in fact, what they're just saying to me now is that some of your creations, some of the creations you are to bring to life is going to be directly channeled from Source. So whether it's sacred geometry, sacred keys, intuitive art. So just allow yourself to be in the moment and trust the process. Don't try to overanalyze it and try to make logical sense of it, because you never will. Yes, perfect. One more. So this is really the energy that is supporting you this year. That's hilarious. You got the medicine card. So again, this really speaks about our connection to Source and eternally connected to Source. The imagery on this card is also having me in my ears going like crazy right now. Also has me really connecting to the energy of the ancestors and your loved ones. So I do feel like 2020 is going to be an energetic year where you are receiving a lot of support from your loved ones in spirit, whether it's through the dream time, whether it's just through, the synchronistic things like songs, number sequences, perhaps even smells of perfume that they wore, the cologne that they wore, those kind of things. And this is really going to support your healing, right? Your healing. And some of you may go, well, there's nothing that I need to heal. That's cool. You don't have to know it right now. It's more about just being open to change, being open to new ways to communicate and express yourself. And the final card is the illusion card, and this is perfect because illusion, the illusion that many humans live within is that this is it. This earth plane is it. And beyond this, again, if it can't be explained, if science can't prove it or whatever, then I'm not going to buy into it. I don't believe it. And so we close ourselves down from the full expansiveness of what our experience in human form was meant to be. So 2020 is really going to support you in seeing beyond the illusion and seeing more clearly the truth of who we are as human beings and seeing the truth of our spiritual nature. We exist beyond time and space. And in fact, this dimension of time and space here is really limiting us. Perfect. So the first card out is this shock of the new. So this feels to me like when you begin to make those connections, perhaps with your higher self, perhaps with your loved ones in spirit, perhaps with galactic family, you're going to be like, what the heck? What is going on here? And you're going to want to, again, push it away. Oh, this can't be happening. This isn't real. This is airy-fairy. It's real. And what is happening for many of you this year, it's all about coming into alignment with your divine path of service, coming into alignment and the recognition of your spiritual truth, your divine essence. This is really beautiful. And I see like the keyboard here, and this looks to me like a symbol or something. So again, with the God of the arts and the creation card and all of this, I really feel like your soul is singing to you. And it's really important to listen to what your heart's saying, even if you feel like my time has passed, I'm too old for that. No, this decade, 2020, this year is all about stepping fully onto our path without truly understanding why we're being called there. It's about trusting ourselves and trusting that when we honor ourselves, all of our needs will be met here in the physical. And in fact, they will be abundantly met. We will exceed our expectations when we honor our beautiful hearts and allow ourselves to create from this heart space. And this card is just confirmation of that. Trust yourself. Above all others, trust yourself. This is a decade of many, many waking up and stepping on to that path of personal sovereignty, self-governed. If it feels right for me, and I'm not saying like justifying poor behavior or anything like that. It's about what feels right and true for each of us. This card is a lot of fun too. And I'm seeing a lot of, obviously, the animals in the card. You are strongly connected to the animal kingdom. And so perhaps that is a way a lot of your messengers are going to get your attention this year through the birds, through, the little chipmunks you see or the possums you see or whatever, wildlife you have in your area. I'm just saying what I quickly can think of that's around here, squirrels and stuff. But really pay attention to the animal kingdom because there are many messengers within the animal kingdom. And I'm really guided to this blue butterfly here. And butterfly is always being the symbol of transformation. And so for you, Aquarius, I do really strongly feel that 2020 is going to be this really magical, kind of mystical, whimsical year full of synchronicities And by the time you reach your birthday in 2021, you are not even going to believe the amount of change that you have undergone and experienced. You're going to be like, oh my God, this is so fun. I want more. And with that attitude, you can't help but to receive more. So I trust these messages resonate with you at any time when you're viewing them. Please hit like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. If you'd like to work more personally with me, you can visit my website, which is in the description down below, or send me an email, which is also in that description down below. I look forward to connecting with you in the near future, and I'm sending you so much love, Aquarius. This is your year to just go out on a limb, get out of your logical head, and have some fun. Until next time, take good care.